back to normal. Okay. Rapid eye movement. Enter space or C to interact with or examine important things. So we can use any of those buttons. One moment. I think it's just being goofy. It's been a while since I've had something that's kind of freaked out the system. It didn't really like the resolution. That's kind of what was giving it problems. So I think this is a better situation. So just need to confirm that that is actually the case. Yep. Okay, that seems to be good. Escape or exit and access the menu. Okay, so the saves are... They have nothing written. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Maybe it shows something like when you are closer to some having an answer. The cradle is open. Seek the furnace. Wednesday. Fitzderoke scrap field. 3 days remaining. Oh, that is cool. Scrap fields. Let's go ahead and save. The dead machine. The tall pines remain mostly unchanged. The mind of our world had long ago been lost. Now, in the death throes of its body, we did all that we could to remain. Can I get behind those trees? It does not appear to be the case. Absolutely gorgeous art. I've been walking in my sleep again. The Fitzderoke scrap fields were a long way from home. Oh, that is a cool way of doing it. Looks like some kind of keyhole. We do not have a key, though. So we're going to need to look for that. For a small lifetime, I lived with my sisters on a disused homestead. Now it was only myself who occupied that hollow estate. The madness of our world had banished all others. there's something in this barrel. Oh, there is. Key with Fitzgerald brand. I took it with me. Okay, so there's what looks like symbols. I'm going to assume, because this is a puzzle-based game, that I'm going to need to take notes wherever I can. So I'm going to preemptively take notes, even if it doesn't end me. I'm going to need it. Let's pull this notepad up. Okay. So our symbols. I'm just drawing those symbols that are there. There's some kind of scribbled out something or other. It could be a language. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick drawing of that map too. Okay. And it mentions the Halley fire still burn. Okay, I like the way the inventory is. Now, from what I can tell, this game is made in RPG Maker VX Ace. You have some kind of keyhole. The Fitzgerald key fit the lock. Okay, we got shiny right there. The glass of the valve was warm. I pocketed it. Some unknown machinery cobbled together inside the engine cavity. So I got some kind of capsule. Anything back here? Okay, can I climb up there? I mean, it looks kind of like this piece of machinery. Okay. Isabel Fallow, human and brain inside the valve. Two-prong valve socket. Slid the two-prong valve into the machine. Okay, the image of the Dynon. I don't know what the Dynon is. I'm gonna write that down though. Again, just taking notes preemptively. As I walk in my sleep, the world whispers a dead glossolalia in my ear. I'm patient. I will wait my turn, as did my sisters before me. Okay, there's the county highway. Let's go. I mean, it looks like there's a skid up here. So let's go up. Fallow is a sickness for those unfit, whether by sickness. Sorry, is a curse for those unfit, whether by sickness, treason, circumstance, or fate. Fallow is the name bestowed upon those among us who do not deserve this place in the world. My sisters and I took the name willingly. Many do, by pride of the alterity or preemption of their inevitable exile. Thea, the eldest, and myself, the youngest, had abandoned our blood families and shed our given names. Viviana had been an urchin. Elaine spoke not of her life, save the last several years. The curse isolates those fallow from all those who are not. It bars us from care, compassion, empathy, trust. We had been, all of us, terribly sick, and now I was alone. It took me 46 minutes to get back to the farm. Okay, I guess I just better go this way to the farm. Okay, we got a clearing. I can see the markings, so I know that's kind of going the right way. I'm liking this music too. I had a very good music day today. Let's go south. I'm gonna get so lost. Maybe this is where my map was useful. I mean, we're just going to explore. It looks like a staircase. The skids. A sound expressing an intrusion into this reality of immeasurable sorrow. It translates to something like, "I love you." Say, is there paths? No. Okay, that's a loop. So I think we've checked everything over there. Maybe we can go south. I'm gonna do it. Just gonna keep an eye out for anything of note. Dry walnut husk. The sky is always too hot these days. This place used to be a meadow where I'd come here as a little girl. Was there a river somewhere? Ah, it's useless. Memories are so immured in this the heat of this rot, but still was there. Okay, I thought that was a path, but it's the shadow of the tree. There's the county highway. I'm gonna go back to that farm. We'll explore this in a little bit. Wait, is that a path? It is. Viviana's Glade. This path down here. Sealed door. a 4-digit code. Oh, okay. What if I do... the last 4 of the screen. So we're looking for one that's like a C. I guess it was this one. And that one. Okay. So not that. We'll need to explore that further. So we need a 4 symbol code for the sealed door. Did we get anything about from Viviana? Just a dot. Let's continue to the farm. There's going to be plenty to explore in this game, I feel. Okay, home. The weathered sign had been unreadable since when we first arrived. We carved our chosen family cognomen into the old rotting boards. Fallow. The overgrown husk of a tractor. It had always been fond of the old wreck. Elaine hated it. Let's go to the left first. Most of our crops struggled in the dry soil of the barren homestead. I missed the generosity of the city's refuse. Bruised fruit, stale fancy breads. Most of our crops struggled in the dry soil of the barren homestead. Alright, 1 second. I missed the generosity of the city's refuse. Bruised fruit. Oh, we already. Okay. It's the same note with all these? Yeah, okay. The rusted out torso of another long dead tractor. An old man in a metal canister. Perhaps a part of one of Thea's projects. Piles of scrap and debris from Thea's tinkering. Anything on this tractor? Thea had repaired the tractor with parts from the 2 other wrecks. It had been more than a hobby than anything. We tilled and planted crops by hand. Thea was calmed by the machines, mechanisms running as intended. I missed so severely the unextinguishable light in her fervid eyes. Locusts and beetles flitted and crawled in the shadow of the iron tractor wheel. This looks like a church or maybe a silo. Barn. Okay. Piles of dead grass and dirt. We once kept chickens here. Dusty light streamed through cracks in the back wall of the barn. Once I had an awful nightmare where after Thea disappeared. I'd come here, curled up against the back wall. Elaine found me later. She promised me she'd never leave. I still felt such anger at those words. So I don't say anything in particular about that. Yeah, the crops are not doing great. Oh, shiny thing. A dirt-encrusted pendant bearing the sign of Marianne. Isabeline. I'm scared. Shh. You're safe here. It's not a feeling. It's a knowing. A deep, secret knowledge that there's no safety here. With you. Isa. It passes. But when when it's there, it's so real. It blots everything else out. Are you feeling it right now? Yes, it's so terrible. I wish I could tell myself I was wrong, but it's like a holy truth. Yes. I'll be there when it passes. I always will. So long as you want me to be. Okay, so it wasn't an actual, like, physical item that I got to keep, it looks like. If I do, save. Yeah, the spots look identical, so that'll make things a little on the difficult side. But that tells me that it's probably going to change, like, as I obtain answers to certain puzzles. Okay, path. Alright, we're gonna go south. Oh, okay. I don't know how I didn't notice this before. A weather-faded box of matches, now empty. It's from my family. Thea coughed a dry sort of laugh. Well, no, they're not. How did they? I don't know. My mother, she might have told, but... Well, but even then, what could she know? We should burn it. You're a treasure, Isa. That look in your eyes would have been enough. There's money. Well, take that out first. Seems more insulting than the letter somehow. Take it, Thea. We don't turn that down. It's yours. Elaine smiled at one corner of her mouth, the delicate smirk, almost hidden, that made me feel like everything that at that moment was exactly as it should be. I'll bring you the same amount then, minus the hex. There's some kind of light under the house. Do you understand? The obstacles in front of you create a blind spot. Memory can act as a mirror. It's not safe here any longer. Okay, so it looks like we're blocked from entering the home. We might need, like, certain memories in order to do so. Oh, okay, this was a loop. So let's take that left path then. Does not appear to be anything over here. Just, double check. And it's a big clearing. Yeah, there's nothing over here. So let's explore further then, to the left. I think we already explored this. Yeah, we did. Sheets of weathered stone pushing up from under the world. Old pillars of rock. Part of the elder ruin that one, than the one we lived in. Here. Okay, it just appears to be a barn. I do appreciate that, because there's a lot of times where, you know, you're given, you know, little bits of set. Not every set piece has to be something significant. Okay, the skids. There's a flaw at the bottom of the world. A secret exit for those too broken to know. I'm gonna make a note of that. Flaw at the bottom of the world. At the bottom of the world. Because that makes me think that if I go as south as I can, there's gonna be a hidden exit. C09S, C10NS, C11NS, C12S. Carrier check T53033. I'm gonna write those down. They're probably just set dressing. C09S, C10NS, C11NS. C12S. T54.033. Okay. A decision born of disease. A silver ring that Elaine had lost not long before she disappeared. Ah, look. The story changed since I last read to you. Which parts? Quite a lot of it. There's a picture of the symbol on the fence now. Here, see. I've seen that before. Drawn on my hands in a dream. I'm gonna doodle that. Should I stop? No, it's interesting. There's no mention of her watching the people passing by outside her lot. Did there used to be something about that? There was a passage about the gray dust that stained her fingers from clinging to the links of the fence. Yes. Here. She stares at the attic window of her house. 1 second. A figure there, wearing the midday motes like a cowl. Passive and indistinct, but carrying some horrible significance to the deepest parts of her mind. Seems a little overwrought. Sorry, I gotta, okay. Because that was getting annoying. Give me a second. Sorry. Okay. Seems a little overwrought. Do you think the new passages come from other books? Or dreams? This world is a strange soul. In my dream, I was climbing a tower. Severity. Okay, there's no difference between that than what was before. The child has a connection to grandmother. The wooden Danan. This world is her soul. It's not safe here any longer. I think that image gave me anything to go off of. Let's just go ahead and leave. Oh. The old mechanical well still functioned, albeit with audible protest. Alright, we're gonna go take the route. We still need the password to that sealed door. Which the sealed door is that passage down here. But I don't have enough to go off of. Get back to the highway. And let's go north first. It does look like we're blocked off, though. Yeah, we're blocked. So I'm gonna have to go south. See if there's something we missed. Unless this is a different south. Bird. Is that looks like a bird? I mean, it could be. It just might be not something to interact with. Let's go to the left first. Alright, the forest. Data shaft 61A expunged. Data shaft 61B expunged. C and D. E and F. Data plates G through P pass. Where? Are you safe? I. Turbine. I love you. Hey, Kami. Welcome. Yeah, I've been getting some bots, so I just blocked it, but I'm gonna go ahead and ban it. I haven't been getting many, but it happens occasionally. They've at least just been follow bots and not like horrible people bots. Ooh, an obelisk. The largest lodestone crystal I'd ever seen towered over the area. Let's go to the left. The lodestone seemed to crackle with something I couldn't quite place. Concave scars like the earth had been gouged and salted. The elaborate rusted husk of a vehicle far before my time. A Weylith city star. It looked like it had been stripped for parts. A little tool shack sagged under its own weight. A rusted out single-seater, Carver motor barrow. Very near older than the house. We used to have one at the homestead before it seized up. We sold it for scrap. See if I can enter the ruins. I need a key. It's locked. Okay, so we need a key for the Auburn Manor. Let's go to the right this time. I stared through my reflection in the river. So north is what we got left. At least for this particular path. The sprite scaling, like I'm impressed that it was done. You don't see that too often. This is an incredibly like atmospheric game, though. I know there's supposed to be a number of puzzles. Stuck fast. What is it though? Maybe some kind of I'm guessing a like a manhole almost. But we don't have any items though, so I'm gonna go ahead and save. So nothing to go off in the thickets. Interact with it again. We'll just try another direction. There's a lot to explore. Like this whole forest. Oh, this is where we came from. Our last time, because I recall that whatever you want to call it, I still don't know. This is one of those you figure out over time kind of games. Okay, so we want to go back then. Which should bring us back to the road, which we can go further south. This was a side detour. Keep an eye out for any potential passages. Maybe here. Nope, okay. To the left, or to the right, there's one. Looked like a stripling mountain oak. Dry walnut husk. Some more of these lodes. Crystalline deposits of magnetic lodestone, commonly occurring. Oh, because that's not a bird, it's a lodestone. The gnarled sketch of a mountain oak. Most of them were dead. Poor brittle wood. Lodestone formation was of an unusual size. So Highley Mountain is where we're going up now. The mountain oak had always stood here, stronger than the rest. Below me, the alien machinery of the skids protruded weirdly from the wall of the riv. Or the rive? I don't know. It's not a word I've seen very frequently. Okay. The rusted padlock hung defiantly from the latch. Sturdy in spite of its age. Okay, so we need to find... This was rusted, so probably something like a crowbar is my guess. Yeah, you gotta really kind of keep an eye out for spots that you can open up. This is gonna be a blocked path, though. The past is breathing again. It is not safe here any longer. Means that might open up later, but I don't know. let's start with right. Pickaxe. That might work. The rest of the pickaxe lay overgrown in the weeds. I was gonna say that might be perfect for the lock, but no. It is rusted, so it might just break on contact, though. The door to the Highly library was boarded shut. Another save. An old well with a heavy pine lid. Let's go to the left of the library. No? Oh, what is that in the distance? Like a tower or some kind of creature? Tower. Okay. The tower of the furnace loomed in the distance. It was a symbol of the unknowable ruins that permeated our world. It had no known entrance, except perhaps from some distant part of the skids. But yeah, this game came out a couple days ago. I want to say it's $20. But, you know, support indie developers if you're able to. It seemed like, you know, it's Friday. Let's try a longer game that I normally wouldn't have time for on a weekday. Columns of unfamiliar names. Most of them were worn to an illegible scrawl. Left behind, homeward world family. Aubagine family. Tatum family. Rounds family. The boulder marked the center of the Highly Mountain monument. It was faintly engraved with the telltale designs of the skids. That is the Yelverton family, the Burchett family, the Wyndham family, the Acker family. Columns of unfamiliar names. Alright. The faded monument was no longer legible. To the north. Oh, we already went there. Did we go to the right? Yes, we did. So, the Keeper Shack. I'm making notes as a rusted padlock. Did I go to the right of this? Okay, there is no right. It looks like there's a potential right. But yeah, nothing. I think this is where we came from. Yeah, okay. So time to continue to move southward. Wait, does that have a door? Okay, that one looked like it had a doorway. Alright, let's keep going. Saw nothing. Oh, out to the left. Okay, I think this is where we came from. But that gives me a chance to check this again. No, that was straight up a C, so... Yeah, so our picture was fine. Nothing but dust and wheel tracks. In the city beyond, there was nothing for me. Let's continue. Let's explore a little bit from where we started from. See if there's any spots now that we recognize what we're doing. No. Okay, this is where we started, so... Oh, shiny. There we go. Okay, I thought that was maybe a path that was just hidden. Okay. The forest opened around me into an area far more vast than the small strand of pines could contain. It was impossible to find the path that I had taken to the trees. Overhead, the sky was no longer visible. Time flowed strangely as I made my way through the woods. I don't remember approaching the ceramic wall. Stretching out of sight in every direction, my vision seemed to flicker when I looked at it. As though my brain were struggling to process some unknown variable I wasn't consciously able to perceive. The last thing I remember was a deep and terrible nausea. Ah. Let's take that drawing. No, this isn't right. Okay, so if I go this way again... Okay, same dealie. Okay, so I'm gonna see if that pertains to my my drawing, because this is the most southern we can be. Oh, it's not over here. It's over down further. Because I think this is a map of the highway. And if I had to guess, if you look at the images, from like left to right regarding it, I think that's where the symbol is intended to be. So if that theory is correct, then we've got the second symbol, We do not have the first, third, or fourth. That is my assumption, is how this works. Yeah, because this is to the right. All right, let's keep an eye out for anything that jumps out as being a path. Anything kind of shiny in the distance. I mean, it could also be inside that cabin. Very well could be the cabin. Looking for shinies. Oh, have a good night, Kami. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I feel like it's that cabin. The frame of the old pine shed held itself with a queasy lean, resigned to its age and disuse. I'm just keeping an eye out for anything that looks like a hidden path. Nothing here. But I think I'm on the right path when it comes to the fact that each of them are its own code. Because if that's the case, then our next one is going to be to the left. And that one should be our first code. Yep. Okay, there's our left one. Alright, let's keep an eye out for anything that looks out of the ordinary. That's not a path. Keep an eye out. Does that look like one of the symbols? I'm going to, just in case, kind of draw that. I don't think it is. The manor. We need a key for. Just keep an eye out. Oh, yeah, there's this path too. Just can't really do anything there yet. Let's check to the right. Anything regarding the obelisk? Not that I can tell. The river. Just... No. Okay. I guess we're going back all the way up. I still have no clue though. I did find one symbol, so maybe that's what gets us where we want to go. I kind of doubt it, but I wanted to make sure I had it written down. I'm gonna double check this one. Oh, this is just where the barn is. We gotta find something that'll get us through. We'll just keep an eye out for anything that is potential item. I didn't see anything shiny, so She mentioned the river, which I did find. But I think it's just talking about the river as a place she visited as a child, but I don't think it has anything to do with where we need to go or this is our path. Let's see. There's a lot of symbols, so it really does not want you to like brute force it. Oh, wrong facing arrow. And the square thing. Facing the other way. No, it's facing that way. Nope. Okay. We're at the shop. Save still looks identical to what it was. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be those 4 codes, which I see spots where they can potentially be. Keeping an eye out. Anything? No, nothing jumping out. It's a way through. I just didn't realize it before. And it gets us nowhere. I'll figure out these puzzles. I might just be slower at it than some others. It's the one thing when you're doing it on stream, like when you're doing it by yourself, you have time to kind of just sit there and really just think about it. But when you're also trying to be entertaining, it's a little bit more difficult. This just seems important. For the life of me. Oh, that's just the path. We'll hold off on the path for just a second. Get anything out of that? Yeah, I'm really getting like nothing out of this. Let's check my notes. It says flaw at the bottom of the world. I'm gonna try to hit the bottom of the world again. Oh, we can go in here now. Okay, never mind. We had to talk to the right people. Not even dust remained on a small wooden table. Elaine had kept many books, stories of other worlds and lives new and ancient. I remember the sound of pages turning, her gentle cough as she read to me. When Elaine disappeared, all her books had gone also. I'd forgotten their names. Let's stay the first floor for now. Blank sheet of paper in the drawer of the end table. Markings notched into the head of the bread frame, one for each week that had passed. Hundreds of tiny slivers in the old gray wood, lost track of her final mark. Couldn't sleep there. Thea's dresses still hung in the closet. Guess that was Thea's room? This is Elaine's room. None of Elaine's clothes remained. It was as if she had never inhabited the room. Let's check her bed. The sheets on Elaine's bed had held not even the faintest trace of her scent. I tried often to remember, but though I never could couldn't sleep there. A room. This is just a closet or something, basically. Kitchen. The little stove had served us well during our time in the house. We'd use the old basin for washing vegetables. Some dry herbs, 3 onions, a dozen potatoes. Those have to be like really overgrown. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since our main character's been in the house. The trees behind the house look worlds away. Okay, so upstairs it is. Maybe? Did I check this room? That's not a room. From the second floor window, I could see the meadow behind the house. The 3 of us, sometimes 4, had lay often in the grass there. Oh, there's a little spot here. Nope. Okay, that was just some kind of like recess. The parlor, Isabelline's room. Viviana loved old books with an unfamiliar language. Often I'd see her sitting on the floor, studying piles of olden prose. Yeah, let's go try to sleep. Alright, there's the path. Okay, will not let us go back. Viviana's wooden house. Check the window. Oh, guess we just go right in. Warmth. I dreamt of a gigantic creature in immeasurable pain. A Dynon, or something like it. A world eater from the Book of Marianne. Its shape was familiar, but its body trailed wires, glass, and fragments of cut wood. Its agony screamed across time, the death of a soul more ancient than hope. I came to slowly. My body ached. Thursday. A Haley Mount summit. Okay, so it wants us to go to the summit now, I think. The first time I walked in my sleep, I'd been living just outside the city in an old concrete ruin with a few other girls who came and went. We all came from places we didn't speak of, but none of us trusted each other. One morning I woke, body ringing with pain, curled up in the little park at the intersection of several disused alleys on the far side of town. I couldn't move for some time, the aches and cramps nearly blinding me. Thea found me some hours later, took me to a little tin can of a home, off one of the alleys. We became close over a couple months, called each other sister. Viviana sometimes stayed with us, skittish as always, a flighty ghost of a creature. I'd walk in my sleep with some regularity. Thea and V usually managed to find me. I missed it terribly, the long walks home and the comfort of a familiar hand in mind amidst the disorientation. After a year, we made plans to leave the city together, the 3 of us. I still remember the colors of the hope that bloomed in me, those last few weeks before we left. Okay, we are at the summit now. When I lived with my sisters, I longed often for death. Now that I was alone, the ache was somehow faded. I went where my body took me, questioned none of it, became very patient. Oh, the well has its lid off. The well's pine lid sat on the mountain grass. It looked very heavy. Inside the well, a skeleton key caught the light. There was no way I could reach it by myself. Okay, so we need something to grasp it. I'm thinking that pickaxe. Which was not over here. If I save, icon still looks identical. Okay, south it is. My face flushed. It was Viviana. Why was she here? The library. We're gonna go to the right first, though. I don't think it's gonna let me pick up the pickaxe. Lodestone may help me get that metal key out of the well. The ceaseless toil of the farmhand. Okay. It must be magnetic. That's what's going on. Leah used to keep a block of the stuff in the shop to hold loose nails and parts. Alright. I need some way to lower the lodestone into the well. Okay, so we need to find a string of some sort. Probably these. Only part of the rope had rotted away. I took the sturdy length with me. Tendrils of cold set glass had previously reached out for something. Had Viviana passed this way? Let's get the key first. And we'll see if it works on that barn. I have a feeling it works for the mansion because of the rustedness. Okay. It worked. The key's shown in my hand. Oh, that looks like so that's the symbol, I think. No, that's not that symbol. The skeleton key fit the padlock. I considered the old ladder a gradient to the library roof. Tall enough, perhaps. Viviana had never spoken of the Highly Library. I felt something strange pass through me, descending the hand-woven ladder into the shadowed depths. A voyeuristic shame, the guilt of anticipation, but something other also. The fey electricity of forgotten dreams. A thin, single-pronged valve lay on the shelf. I picked it up, immune somehow to the dusty air of the library. The shelves had all been emptied. Last dine-in over the cleft of Aberth. A stack of outdated books on the subject of electricity. A rusty pry bar lay on the table. The darkened library felt a little safer with the pry bar in hand. The ragged end of the rope ladder hung just beyond my grasp. I'd have to find another way out. The door to the Haley library was boarded shut. Alright, so we got a pry bar, and we've got a, Oh. Okay. So the mystery of the clefts and the dine-in myth. Beatrix Harrows. May be created when a sufficiently large wound is inflicted in the rock. Small misprint of the variety common to early printing presses. Explain the historical accounts. The old world leaping into a great cleft to gain passages. Defense mechanism perhaps to keep out infected. To move them, impossible, to a faraway land or another existence entirely. Questions unknown. Okay, so that has a G is a misprint. Oops, let me fix that. Okay, we had to find the creaky floorboard underneath the library. That's scary. A huge sphere of stone or rough glass, slightly warm. The cold sphere of stone. The narrow crack of the surface was warm. It was too dark to read the book. We need to find the light. I reached out to feel the panel on the wall. Cold metal. Alright, we got some light. We got light. Now lit, the stone radiated light and heat. Now we can read these pages. Drawing of the Dynon, I understood much about it. Okay, Viviana's journal. Now I've become that war inside of which grandmother spoke. I am led to think that she knows what is happening here. Sunday wins us to town. Some weeks, and that rampant city fear makes me stare into the cloth of my soul. It is filthy. It is fraying and weak. I control it then, but soon that ability may go. And now Fallow is feared of me. My own sister, I can feel it. The bile coming out from her mind into my body. Like doctor needles the city. Stuck me and held me, and shooting phase and poisons in my bloodstream. So I ran and woke here, to Haley Library. And the time between was missing to me. So let's see. So it's 16 something. Possible. I suppose that grandmother knows not after all. But it comes to me, neither do I. It's 1612. Now I remember, for missing times, only a vast shadow neath me, and a great stone body to wend me back to my library. Difficultly controlling itself. The other girls, I think, never took this change. I believe I may be one touched by the Dynan. Mine own feet had never lived in me, rather flown ahead like a miner's. Yellow birds putting themselves into another, or anyone comes talk to me. It's a little hard to read. Always flits around my outsides, never to perch on my shoulder. Yea, my fear, it likes strangers. Near me, must be appealing to him. Gods of stone and darkness, am Dynan. Says the ink of the last few lines is still damp, which means she's been here recently. Save. Marianne's furnace. Marianne's furnace. At sunset, it resembled the device where she burned her failed works. All we took to be real, our scripture said, would one day be thrown to her furnace. Our only commandment was to make peace with this looming eventuality. This is the Haley mechanism. Skids had always been a mystery. Some forgotten era, unearthed quiet and long dead beneath us. Behind a tiny glass window, a pale light was blinking. Ah, okay. We go down lower? Yes, we can. The morning sky threw light on the scars of the weathered mechanism. We got two-pronged glass valve. Scratch on it. It looks brand new. I took it with me. Can I go even more down is the question. I'm gonna confirm over here. The great metal walls of the mechanism had held some function beyond my human reasoning. I imagine I could feel its mass extending below my feet, deep into the rock. Yeah, let's confirm if we can go even lower. Familiar pattern surrounded the inverted tunnel. Nope, this is the lowest we can go. I'm gonna double check. Well, it's under the library, so we have to go up anyways. As to where I go now, I have absolutely no clue. I mean, we got two items that may be of use, but neither of them are keys. I had no further use of the rusted out pickaxe. Sliver of light brought nauseous memories. I looked away. Guess we'll keep going down. Okay, we know that. Oh wait, we put it in this thing last time. Haley Mountain was once a holy site. People would come here to pray to the Tower of the Furnace. The glass of the valve had started to refashion itself. Frozen now, insisting on its unlikely identity. The cord of the great brain lay connected to the base of the device. Two-prong valve. Oh, okay. So we needed both. Though it lacked a face, the creature in the valve seemed to regard me with caution. More recently, people who traveled to Haley to pray had begun to disappear. The great library that had kept scripture, aging tomes on Dynan and the skids, had fallen into disrepair. From the back of the valve, I noted the coiling tail of the beast, ending in a long bristle. Okay, so now we can go to the left. Why? No clue. Absolutely no clue. Oh, why am I frozen? How long have I been frozen? Give me a second. That's stupid. Okay. Am I back to normal? No, still frozen. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I didn't know how long I actually been frozen. I'm gonna actually turn the camera off then. It's not just gonna work. Okay. Anyway. Nobody knows. I go ahead and save. Town highway. Let me pull my notes back up. I'm gonna erase things that we've already done. We took care of the keeper shack, rusted padlock. Let's go back up. Okay. Took me 34 minutes to get back to the farm. Oh, it's changed. A thimbleberry bush between the trees. We'd frequently come to pick them. What have you found, V? Caterpillar. What sort? This one has a sort of silky gray cocoon. Curled spines at the bottom. When she hatches, her wings are a rich umber, patterned with eyes. White cross shape on the back of her body, usually. Sometimes it's hidden because of the way her fur grows differently, depending on the color. Yeah, I changed my mind. I was going to end the stream, but I restarted my computer. Camera worked, so I'm like, okay, we'll just do it. I can't, like, let little setbacks cause me to completely lose faith. Wow, V. Is that why you won't have us visiting you out in the woods? The old cabin of yours fluttering with moths? Oh, don't. I think it's wonderful. I only keep a few at a time. I catalog the changes in the world through the moths. I draw pictures of them when they hatch, and when I let them go, unless they can't survive. Sometimes they're born injured. You're a sweetheart, Vivi. This world doesn't deserve you. Let's check to the right. this time. Anything that jumps out. Oh, okay. A tiny copper button that I recognized from one of Viviana's blouses. Isa? Yes? Do you think our bodies, well, that is, our souls... Never mind, I had a kind of dream. What about? I think perhaps I'd rather not say. Sorry, it's so hard for me, being here with all of you. We all have our struggles. I just don't want you to ever think of me as cold somehow. There's so much I can't explain. I'm sure we all worry that you get lonely out in the woods all by yourself. Well, yes, but when we lived in the city, I always thought that would become something more. We have, I suppose. We were just ghosts back then, after all. Not such a bad thing to be. Different clothes, voices, little gray shells. What do you think we've become, Vivi? Moths? That's so? Less light in the country. The city was confusing and painful for us. But less lonely in a certain way. I always thought that we'd become something unrecognizable. When I stayed at Thea's home in the city, and you were there, or when we'd go looking for you, I felt like we were building something. I think it's not meant to be any kind of actual, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a specific like place of Americana or anything like that, because there's like these like eldritch kind of worm things, and I don't know exactly. Did we stop? We just can't see it from the inside. It's sad. One second. I'll make an adjustment. And that's the way they sing it, is like Eldrick. It's really the best way I can describe them. It appears to be different than before. Like, I don't think I can go this deep. Yeah, absolutely could not go this deep before. Are you known? Did you pray? Your sister saw a light in your mind. It's not yet time for you to let go. Give me 1 second. If I... No. There. Sorry, I was trying to figure out something. Okay, I think we're fine. I mean, that's definitely a path. So maybe we can go in there later, like end of day, after we've prayed, I guess. There's plenty of places for me to explore, so. Sorry, I'm skipping through these because I've already heard these dialogue. If it's something different, I will read it out. Oh, yeah, this wasn't there before either. The system's redundancy operated on a scale outside of failure. An empty bottle of one of Eileen's medicines. How long have you lived here? More than long enough. It's not all bad, though. It's a different world with the two of you here. Did you inherit the property? You're dear to me, Isa, but there's things I prefer not to talk about. Well, will you tell me? You're a curious one, Angel. Tread carefully. Will you tell me how you and Thea met? Well, aren't you a nosy creature? I've never met anyone like the two of you before. Well, but I've never met anyone quite like Viviana either. Although you remind me of her a little. The three of you seem to know things. I still feel like I just don't quite. None of us belong here, Angel. Ours is a world too far gone to conceive of it. What you feel is normal as anything here. But Thea was most pitiable highway merchant I'd ever laid eyes on. I bought from her some medicine, and she insisted she stay and rest. She looked at me like such a stray, such a broken little thing. Even now, I don't think she realizes the extent of what she might have been through all the years before I'd found her. The adoration in her eyes made my heart break every time I looked at her. Thea? A broken stray? That sounds more like Vivi. Don't be rude. They're not so different. And she stayed with you after that? Sometimes. She grew better at hiding her affections, not infections. Sometimes she'd be away for months, sometimes only a day. I think she was trying to prove that she didn't need anyone. Needing someone. The thought feels dangerous, I suppose. As terrifying as anything this dying world can conjure. Do you need me? Desperate souls, all of us. Our world screamed at its violent becoming. The World Eater's soul shone bright as sin. Is this a path over here? No. Okay. So we made this loop. So down, I guess. Transgression. So the first one was warmth. Oops. Make sure I'm actually writing. This is one of these games that you probably just take notes the whole time. Warmth was the first one. And transgression is the second one. Let's go to the right. We burrowed like insects. The World Eater can open portals to other places. Once Grandmother takes a new body, you'll be able to escape like you've dreamed of. It's not safe here any longer. Ionization threshold 8492. 30% 2CH. Circulatory burst. Nothing was ever the same. That's not a path. Okay. So I think we can leave this place now. We're gonna go to the left this time. Take our path. See if there's anything that happens to be different over here. This looks the same. So I guess we'll keep moving then. So that looks like a church to me, but it's a barn. I'm gonna see if it lets me through now. If not, we just need to continue to explore. Okay. Let's keep at it. It's like we don't have any parts that can get us into like that mansion yet. To the left this time. Someone in the clearing. Even amidst the decay, it's quiet here. But I miss the city. I always wonder what would happen if I lived in a different life. And then... So much redundancy in every piece of design. Why fill the soil with a sprawl of fey machinery? We tried to reach the tower of the furnace. For days we searched the span of the entire forest. So clearly visible from any peak, and still nothing. The closest we came was an old woman who claimed to have become violently ill at the sight of its walls. Some believe that the skids are the cause of the current state of the world. I think the skids' creators were fixated on something far outside the paradigm of its existence. So that's that. Yeah, I'm trying to get any clue that can give us to where we need to go next. That's where we came from. Just go down. Grab that shortcut. Let's check the secret passage, which isn't there. I might be thinking of the wrong spot, though. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong spot. It's right here. Because we still don't have the code, but it's worth a shot. Checking down here. No. Okay. I thought I saw something. No. Okay. My mind's just playing tricks on me. Save looks the same still. Okay, we're in the highway. Let's go northern. Nope, that was blocked off. South. I thought the paths like disappeared or something. So far, this seems identical to the way it was. Is it still not a path? Yeah, it's still not a path. Just keeping an eye out. Okay, this seems promising. My skin prickled as I thought of Viviana's journal in the Haley Mountain Library. The fact that I'm getting, like, contextual stuff tells me I'm doing something right. I still don't have a key. Oh, I think I found something. No? Maybe not. Some kind of weird just back path, looks like. Not where I need to go, though. Yeah. Yeah, we still need the key for this. No. Still need to figure out how to get in there. I suspect it's an elevator that's gonna, like, come from the bottom. There's the river. Yeah, nothing unique about the river at this point. I guess we just gotta keep going down? And I'm just gonna double check because we did get that little bit of dialogue over here. So look for anything that is potential passageway. And there was that back one, but I think it was just letting me know that we need to go to that mansion. But I don't have the key. Oh, maybe I've got to go back to the house. The house was the most northern, I believe. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Maybe Vivian has the key or something. Like in her room. Now that we've had some conversations. And if not, we'll just continue to explore. Oops. And we'll go ahead and save while we're at it. Got a little heavy-fingered there. Yeah. Okay. back to the house. That's what I'm suspecting, is that that's the case. I mean, it's totally a guess. The house. I don't remember where the house is. I know it's over here somewhere. Oh. Nope, that's the barn. That's the pump. Used. Comes around here somewhere. I just forgot. Totally forgot what this house is. Oh, here it is. There's someone there. I couldn't read the expression on Viviana's face. We stood there for some time before I invited her inside. Viviana spoke haltingly, more careful than I remembered her speech to be. She told me that she'd been traveling, that she had seen our world from a new perspective. I did not tell her that I had seen her just that day on Haley's Summit, nor that I read her journals. V told me a great many things that I did not understand, and that Thea and Elaine had not forgotten me. I felt anger swelling inside me. I told V that I wanted to find a way out of this horrid, dying place. She told me she knew. She held me for a time on the splintered boards of Elaine's room, rocked me gently like a child. Viviana kissed my forehead and told me that everything would happen as it needed to. And then she left. Just gotta check these rooms. something was left. We need Viviana's room. Which might be upstairs. Give me 1 second. I'm going to confirm. Yeah, let's go ahead and sleep. In the dream, there was a sense of years going by like seconds. I began to remember what had happened in the time that was rushing past me. A distant sound of raised voices, my mother's smile. A feeling of torment swept over me. Then, the warmth of Viviana's presence. She seemed to ask me if I knew what had happened. Electricity crackled in the air around the wooden dinan, bleeding voltage. From somewhere, Viviana's voice. This world is her soul. It's dying. But there's a secret way to begin again. Her sisters are still alive in the cleft. Isabeline, please hold on. There's still a way out. I felt a cold wind. Lucidly, I awoke. Elaine had been living on the property by herself for some years when we arrived there from the city. She was an old... Oops. My fingers got a little heavy-handed. Like Thea, Elaine seemed immediately to make sense to me in a way that I was not used to feeling. She innately understood things about me that I am only now beginning to see the full shape of. I walked in my sleep last, living on the disused homestead with my sisters. 17 months we spent living on the farm together were the happiest I could remember. Our lives still bled, our world still decayed, but there was a peace that I had not felt before. Thea disappeared first, on the 3rd day of the 18th month. A dead machine spinning itself to pieces at the heart of our world brushed her hand and she was gone. I cried in Elaine's arms until I lost my voice. Thea had been the only mother I'd ever known. I was a child again, left alone again. All around me, the world shuddered and spun. The Book of Marianne says the Dynan are messengers. Their gargantuan earthen bodies are flecks of ash, born to the sky of our world from her furnaces approaching Maw. The last Dynan sighting had been 15 years ago, when 3 of them had passed over the city, moving north by northwest. Okay, so we need 3 prongs. Let's start with left. Forged evidence of a more recent Dynan sightings were common. Some believed fiercely the creature's constant or increasing presence. Oh, pardon me. Is this the key? A valve caught the midday light from the floor of the manor basement. No way through these bars. Okay, so we need to find a way to get to that. It says, I know you like to keep your hands busy when you're upset. So I hope you can see this when you get back from the turbine. I hate that you stormed off like that. Please just trust me. I love you. P.S. Here's the extra key. Please be careful with it. Yes, that's probably the one to the manor now. Pardon me. The key stuck briefly in the disused mechanism, but complied after a moment. Let's see. 1 is the guest room parlor, 2 is the main hallway, 3 is the study. I pulled the fuse out of its socket. Dead. It's marked for 20 amps. I need something at least that strong. The radiator was covered in a thick layer of dust. Too dark to make out the bookshelf's contents. Dim outline of a bed in the gloom. Too dark to make out. Oh, there's definitely some patterns there. Which is exactly the kind of stuff we need to see. The switch was stuck in this position. Rusted into place, maybe. Yeah, we need to find a way to turn these lights on. It says the kitchen, bedroom, basement failsafe. The ruined fuse turned my fingers black with residue. 80 amps. Burnt just like paper. Lightning, maybe? We need to look for more rooms with fuses. But let's explore outside of the house first. Follow the cord. Jeez, extension cord. Steel and cable? I felt wind from somewhere up ahead. Oh, okay, it's like a turbine. I flushed briefly at the sight of the deer skeleton in the dark of the tunnel. I pulled the carcass free of the turbine. Some sinew remained. The old bones clicked softly underfoot. Okay, so we've got the generator at least going. Fortunately, we've got some dead fuses, so that's not going to really help anything. Though we could, well, no, we don't have actual. We just pulled them out. I mean, I don't see any in our inventory, so I don't think it actually counted as having a fuse. Yeah. Are these fuses? Western boundary, sealed edges at vigilance. I walked until I once again reached the surface, a dry wasteland with searing winds and no visible life. A trail of tattered fabric led me onward to the dunes. The way back was sealed. Miles above me, gargantuan shadows twisted with impossible grace through the sand-blasted sky. Okay, so we got another symbol. This isn't right. Let's see if any of the lights are on. I think they're all just dead. Basement door failsafe lock. We need to figure out the code for that first. The basement failsafe. I'll have to reset. That's what it was. Okay, we need to figure out what the code is for that. The armoire looked empty. Difficult to tell in the dark. What do we have left to look into? Oh, we can go upstairs. Okay, this is for the spare room, landing, box room storage. Say, are these fuses fine? Didn't complain. Oops. Just go ahead and save while we're at it. Large ample of some kind stood in my path. It radiated a dull heat. Is this another panel? That's painting. Okay. Complicated little house. What do we got in here? Equipment circuit 1, equipment circuit 2, workshop lights. Okay, Manor Central Electrics. It says battery charging. Yeah, battery charging, battery low, battery 100%. Do I need to turn all the lights off? It's too dark to read the book. Yeah, I don't think those switches do anything. We'll flip them all off, though. Oh, you can tell from the image, too. Like, I'm surprised at that. Let's turn this one off. Stuck in this position. I guess we'll just go up. I still have no goddamn clue what I'm doing right yet. For this particular aspect. The Auburn Thicket. We've been in there in a while. Actually, we haven't been on this side of it either. What was the other side? Okay, we got a two-prong glass valve. Ah, okay. There we go. That makes more sense. Let's go ahead and put that in here while we're here. Let's go to the right this time. I want to say we went left before. Oh no, left is where we started. So this is one of them. That's the one in the basement. Oh. It lights. I think that was a glitch. Okay. Yeah, I think it was a glitch. Even though it's still working. Like it's just on the hallway. That's odd. No clue. Already went in here. I don't recall what this path was. It was... Western sealed exit vigilance. That gives us nothing to go off of. I walked until I once again reached the surface. Oh, okay. This is what gave us the symbol. I don't recall what that password was. I mean, let me take a note of what the fuse boxes say. I think that might give us our best bet. One kitchen bedroom. So kitchen bedroom takes a 20. Where are we gonna get fuses? Because I feel like that's what we're missing. We need to find fuses. Oh. Or we can find a hallway. Is this an alien language? Let's see. I'm gonna draw that. Two of those. Box with a line. Oh, wrong way of the line. And okay. $30 amps for use. Okay. So that's gonna help us. So we got a new 30 amp fuse. It's the guest room and parlor. So we got 30 amp fuse. Take it. Main hallway. Let's do the study. Okay, so it's showing down, and it says underworld. Strange polygonal symbols. Note on stroke order and context of patterns. 30-amp fuse. It looked new. It's our kitchen. 30-amp fuse. Let's put it in for the hallway then. No, nothing for the hallway. I'm going to take the one out of the hallway then. Because it's pointless. Upstairs. What do we got? Spare room landing. Let's put in this other one. Burning up fuse. Anything in the box room? Just boxes. What do we got? Sodium fuse. Painting of the Clef of Albert. Equipment circuit 1, equipment circuit 2, workshop light. Yeah, let's grab these. 30, 30. Push that in. Okay. What does this say? But if that's so, then I'm already so close. It's true I'm obsessed with the work, and I've been a terrible wife. This opportunity simply will not come again. I know Vera has family in the city. Perhaps she'll be better off there after all. If this works, I think I can escape. It's an interesting discovery regarding some new translations from the Skids. World Eater. It's commonly read as a poetic name for the Dynan themselves, but I now hold this to be a mistranslation. World Eater, I believe, refers to the machine used to summon the Dynan, spread beneath the crust of our world, hollowing its flesh, consuming in its construction the Skids. are in fact the world eater spoken of the Book of Marianne, and I've watched it work. Let's see, the drawing. I mean, it's definitely some just text. I think we just need to put this in the hallway now. And that might be enough. Like, we needed to have everywhere powered. $150 had it been here the whole time? And that's not it. Oh, it is. Let's try this pattern. So, nope. A large, intricately crafted flat iron stove. Oops. Let's check upstairs now. I didn't figure out the basement, but I think it's enough to probably get this counted. It says the battery is low, the battery is charging. Lit. Storage box from error lit. I don't know. If I do this. Gotta figure out the basement failsafe. No goddamn clue. Unless I just had the order wrong. Down first, then right, and then we'll try a different order. I said I'm sure that that's what it is. Nope. Oh, we've got power. I don't know. It's not coming to me right now. Maybe I need to come in with a fresh mind. I'll probably finish this game off stream, but I wanted to give this a shot and kind of show what it had to do. So there's some difficult puzzles in here. Sounds like Cure Jam. It is on itch and it is on Steam. The game is called Fallow. I can provide the itch link right now. So if it's your jam, yeah, there you go. I'm gonna call it at this point because I do not know what else to do right now. But if you like what you've seen and you don't already follow, please consider doing so. I'm Derivative. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I do games that are overlooked, underrepresented, and obscure. So consider following me if you do enjoy those kind of games. Anyways, I've been Derivative. You've all been awesome. I'll see you on Monday. Have a good night.